Well, this is it. I'm going to begin my class. My name is Frank Antonsen, and I intend to teach a class. If you're watching this video, there's some chance that I may be your teacher for the next 180 school days. You'll have to decide whether or not you come back. It won't cost you anything except your time. You won't really get any credit for it either. I probably won't even know who you are. But here's the situation. I retired from teaching more or less this class in a public school for about 25 years. So I've probably taught the class 120 times. At 65 years old, it was high time I retire, I think, because although I love teaching, and I was really wanting to teach another year, but it's time to move aside and let the young people take over, some of the young teachers. So anyway, I've retired, but I decided I was going to teach my class one more time. I'm going to teach it online. I'm going to put it on YouTube. This is my plan. It's going to take me 180 days. Each day there'll probably be two videos less than 10 minutes long. I don't intend to do any retakes. It's going to be like reality television in a way, because if I make mistakes, I'm probably just going to leave them on there. I'm going to call the course, I'm not going to call the course Frank's Antonsen's Humanities 100, because that's too long. I'm going to get rid of, well, it would have been Mr. Frank Antonsen's Humanities class when I was in the public school. But I'm so glad to not be Mr. anymore. I never really felt like Mr. Antonsen or a nickname Mr. A. I always felt like I was Frank. And now I'm on my farm, I'm at my home, I'm in the basement of a barn, I'll tell you about that later on, and so I don't have to worry about being Mr. So it's going to be Frank. It's not even going to be Frank Antonsen, it's going to just be Frank. I'll keep the apostrophe S, Franks. Now when I went to college, the Humanities had a nickname. It was called Hum. And in college, you'd start out with Humanities, or Hum 101. Well, that was college. So I thought, what should I call this? I'll call it Humanities 100. But the nickname was Hum. So Hum, and I could call it 100. See, I don't want it to sound quite like college, but this class, I think, would be okay for a 6th grader, maybe a little bit mature for them, up to about a 12th grader. I think they would have plenty to learn. And it's got a ring to it. Instead of saying 100, if I just said 100, and now I've got Frank's Hum 100. I think that's going to be the name of my class. And I'll tell you more about the class in a second video. At the moment, what I'm trying to do is explain to you what's going on here. In the basement of a barn, at the moment there aren't any animals in here. At some point you may hear a rooster crow. Or later on in the winter, as I continue to teach, if it gets cold enough, I may bring the cows in here. So it's real different that way. I say it's a barn, but actually it's on its way to becoming a museum. I'm going to call that the Old Ways Museum, and I'll tell you more about that later on. I live on the family farm, where I've wanted to live ever since I was a little boy. Let's see. I graduated from Harvard. That seems to mean a lot to some people, so I might as well tell you that right away. I was an English major. I didn't like Harvard. Harvard and I did not fit together very well at all. I think I always wanted to be a farmer, and Harvard wasn't really set up for farmers. But I got a good education there, painful though it was. I was an English major, I think I just told you that. After that, I served in the Peace Corps for 3 years. I've had a very long interest in foreign languages. So besides English, I can speak 4 other languages, Portuguese, Spanish, French, and German. I don't speak them all really well. I'm married, I have 2 children. I love teaching. This is going to be really strange talking to this camera, but I've set it basically at the same height that a student's head would be, and I'm going to miss seeing the students' eyes and seeing the students' faces and getting their questions. I won't miss the disruption that comes with it. That I won't miss. Now, I wonder if you can hear that airplane flying by. I have all the doors open to the barn, so you may hear some of that. That's okay. Get used to it. It's different. I thought about dressing up for the occasion, but I thought that would have been a lie. I did put on a clean shirt, but I intend sometimes to come right out of the field here to teach these lessons, because now that I'm retired, I can go back to farming. I'm sure I'm forgetting to tell you something real major, but I want to close this, and then you can decide whether or not to watch a second video. There was one expression that came to my mind this morning, is German. When I was first learning German, I learned an expression that goes, "Alle Anfangen sind schwer." And I think that's true. It means all beginnings are heavy, or they're difficult. And I think since I've now begun this, the next video shouldn't be nearly so heavy. And I'll tell you about the course in this next little video. So if there's anything else about me to tell you that you should know right now, I don't know. There's probably lots, but you'll hear stuff in the later videos. Now there's this weird moment where I have to turn the video off, and there's no cameraman here. It's just the camera and me. And I know if someone put their fingers as close to my face as I have to put my fingers close to that video camera, I'd want to punch them. So I'll do the best I can to go around behind, and I'm going to basically turn you off.